As our flagman, Mr. Reininger, drops that green flag, and the number 33 and the 64 start our front row as we get underway in the 2025 season for our feature race in the street stocks.
And around they go. A pile up on the backstretch. The 67 of Flegel gets into the 37 of Meehleib. And on lap number 1, the caution flag will wave. They go 3 wide out of turn number 2. 67 of Flegel just lost it down the backstretch. Spins and collects the 37 of Meehleib, who gets hit from the left side, and his right side goes up against the outside retaining wall. Back here on Flow Racing, just in time to see the green flag as the 37 of Meehleib on the hook has been taken into the pits. Mel Wilt and Harold Myers on the front row. Restart first and second as Myers grabs the lead down the backstretch. The 20 of Scott Mitchell picking his way up there on the high side of that white and orange number 20 car. Here in our first feature of the evening in the Ron's Collision Center Street Stocks.
Yeah, Harold Myers take that quick jump as he was 1 lap ago.
3 wide out of turn number 2. Start to get stacked up there. You can throw a blanket over 5 cars. Kostelnik forcing the issue in the middle. Fama to his inside. Mitchell backs out on the outside as Kostelnik goes right to the bumper of the 33 of Wilt. Now here comes Meehleib Jr. challenging for the lead. Side by side with the 64 of Harold Myers. Meehleib Jr. in the 21 will go to the lead.
Yeah, Meehleib, he had a strong run there as he went into turns 1, and he's now defined the leader as they start into the 3 and 4 turn.
21 of Meehleib Jr. out in front there, 3 wide for second behind him. Kostelnik trying to squeeze his way through the 64 and the 83, and somehow he hangs on to.
You need to set your sights on that because what's happening is some excitement as they come out of turns 4, and he's peeking underneath as they come across the front stretch.
Fama trying to get underneath and does on the 21 of Meehleib Jr. 21's been better off the corner, but Fama hanging right there now in that 83 machine. They're door-to-door into turn number 3 for the lead.
Yeah, Fama's been playing the waiting game. They've been doing some clean racing. Fama right now has the advantage as they come out of turn 3, and we have a new leader as they come across the stripe.
5 laps to go. John Fama now leading the race in the 83 car.
Fama, he comes across the backstretch, and is he going to put Heyman a lap down or not? That's all he has on his radar as he does.
Out of turn number 4, the 83 of John Fama collects the first checkered flag of 2025. Ruggles and Habersack side by side, and the green flag waves.
Yeah, this Fast 4 division is always a fun division to watch race. Some great competition as we get started under the green flag.
Habersack hanging there on the outside for now. Behind him, you have the 17 and the 34. Lurking in 6th. And around goes Habersack. The 40 of Habersack gets the 34 of Schartiger up high, and the 17 of Hillegas runs right into him. See the 2 of Ruggles. Here's the 40 of Habersack. Something happens there at the entrance of turn 1. Maybe lost a tire. "13 laps to go, and we're back underway."
Ruggles takes a slight jump as he comes into turn 1, and he separates himself about a car length or 2 between the second place car.
And another spin in turn number 2, and Boddicker gets a big piece of it. See Flick there, and he might have got a little help there from the 75.
Yeah, he was definitely not happy when the 75 drove by him there while he was out of the car.
Will drive out of turn number 4. The checkered flag goes in the air, and with a hand out the window, Cameron Ruggles will win the feature event in the Somerset Trust Fast and Furious 4s. And the green flag waves. Oh, and Brink gets way loose at the very beginning. Yeah, and the 07 of Dunmire pulls away.
Pulls away extremely, and Van Fleet got a little advantage there as he was able to skirt around the 25 as Brink falls way back.
Issue for the 25 on the start as he goes to the tail of the field. Down the backstretch, Brink Can he clear the 53 this time? No, he cannot. And oh my goodness, Rose gets into the back of the 25 of Brink, and around goes the 25. Caution is out. Those two were side by side. Brink couldn't quite clear him. Then down the backstretch, Brink way up top. Brink comes down that racetrack a little bit there. And around he goes. We're back underway. Burkholder right there with him up the front stretch.
I think Burkholder got a better restart on that one as he takes a slight advantage on the backstretch. And that looks like we have a new leader as they come into turns 3 and 4.
Use that upper lane to get around him, too, and clear him quickly. Nice run off of turn number 2 to clear the 07. And your new leader is the 27 of Burkholder. Kyle Burkholder with a great restart took the lead, and he'll take it all the way to the checkered flag. Your winner, Kyle Burkholder in the One Stop Auto Sales Pro Stocks. Racing Jason and Jeff Giles behind them. 20 laps the distance in our Stoystown Auto Wreckers Modifieds, and the green flag waves.
Henry with a quick jump as they come across the start-finish line on the front stretch. But there is a 3-car thread to needle right now between our top 3 spots. They come across the back.
Racing Jason there in the 42. Inside of the 9, Dr. Love there in the middle.
Oh, contact between the 42 and the 62 as they come across the start-finish.
A touch out of turn number 4. 62 of Henry stays out in front. Now it's side-by-side for second between the 42 and the 9. Golik and Giles doubled up behind them. Fama and Glessner, 2 quick cars stacked up there.
He's got him less than about a bumper length. Coming out of 4, who's going to take that? And the 62 maintains that lead.
9 laps to go, that time by. Henry still out in front of the 62 with Golik looking to the outside in the 98. On the right side of your screen, Fama goes to the outside of the 42 of Racing. Jason Glessner going to come in here. They're 3 wide into 3. Glessner backs out of the throttle.
That battle for third, but that battle for first right now as they come across the second place car of Golik. He's ever so slowly closing in as they're coming out of turn 2, and they're side-by-side drag race down the backstretch.
Golik fighting for it. And caution comes out. And around Mike Carlson all by himself right at the exit of turn 4. We're back underway in the Stoystown Auto Wreckers Modifieds.
They had some time to separate themselves and maintain their positions, but we're down to less than 8 laps to go. And how are they going to filter out as we come down on the remaining 7 laps?
Golik hanging right there with a 62. He was starting to catch him before that restart. Now gets to restart right even with him, and it's Golik who leads at the line. Can he make the pass on the high side? Good run off of turn number 2 for the 98. Can he clear the 62? He does for the lead. 98 of Tom Golik is now your leader. Final time through 3 and 4. Tom Golik picks up the win in the Stoystown Auto Wreckers Modifieds. Brian Reddy in the 76. The Heminger Racing Machine brings the field to the green.
20 laps. I'm sorry. I went by last year. 20 laps.
I'll check that. This is a 20-lap feature event. My fault. As Niemiec jumps out in front. Out of Acosta, the 19.
We're coming out of the turn about almost a straightaway back from our top 3, but the 26, the 16, and the 73 of Mozzie battling for that 4th spot.
Here's Reddy peeking inside for the 2nd spot. Niemiec has to love this. As Reddy and Liebarger Jr. go side by side with 2 laps to go. It's going to allow Niemiec to pull back out in front of it. Reddy hanging right there on the inside of the 20 of Liebarger Jr.
Coming down to 1 lap to go, we got Justin Frampton. A little bit going to be some lap traffic here as Niemiec comes beside him across the start-finish line. And are all three going to get past the 66 of Frampton?
White flag waves, final lap, presented by Mission Critical Solutions. Nick Niemiec looked like the 20 of Leibarger Jr. was going to get there. Instead, he slips to third. Reddy takes second. It's Nick Niemiec in first. He grabs the checkered flag. On to pit road. It's Gabala on the inside, Winner on the outside, and our Martellus Pharmacy's late model feature is underway. And around they go, and a hard collision in turn one. Gary Wiltrout, Dan Campbell when the caution comes out. See, Wiltrout, looks like Campbell just got loose, spun up, and Wiltrout tried to get around him. Nowhere for the 95 to go. Got those right wheels up on that wall. And the green flag waves. We're back underway.
All right, the 13 of Marhefka drops way off the pace as they come out of turn two. And he slows it way down, and he's struggling across that backstretch.
We almost went 3 wide there in the entrance of turn number 3. Maruka, I think, decided to back out of that as Barry Awtey sails his way to the lead, using the inside lane, the 75 out in front.
Yeah, he took a quick jump, but we have the car of 13 of Marhefka there. He's struggling to get off the track in turns 3.
And Marhefka slowing to a stop. Can he roll off? The leaders had to go around him. And Marhefka comes to a stop. And Marhefka will come back out onto the track as Awtey clears the 3 of Gabala.
The 51 of Halpon looking on the outside of Gabala as they come out of turn 4. He's got a battle between the number 1 of Winner as they're battling for that 3rd spot.
Awtey started in row number 2, took the lead in those first 2 laps, restarted with 28 laps to go on the front row, and never looked back. Your defending champion comes out and wins on opening night. Awtey takes the checkered flag. Mother's Day weekend, kicking things off for the 2025 racing season here at Jennerstown Speedway. Our final race underway as the 1 of Charlie Pfeiffer takes the green flag. 3 wide out of turn number 2. Scott Mitchell in the 20, backing up, a little off the pace, as is the 21 there of Travis Beam. And
some contact with Beam.
Things stacking up there for a moment, but Mitchell able to hang on to it as Pfeiffer leads lap number 1. Right on the bumper of the 1 of Pfeiffer.
And we have some trouble in turn 1 with the 11. LaRue spins out.
Just avoids the 20 of Scott Mitchell, and around goes
Amy Carey in the 77.
The 77 spins, trying just to avoid behind the 1 of Pfeiffer. Green flag back in the air, 18 laps to go.
Catone with a quick jump as the 2nd and 3rd place are side by side right behind him. And they come across the backstretch. The number 1 clears the 3rd place as they go single file into turns 3 and 4.
They were 3 wide out of turn number 2. Things straightening themselves out. That 11 of LaRue still all squirrely. Pfeiffer in the 1 with Grayson on his bumper. Grayson now peeks to the inside. Here's the pass for 2nd. They're door-to-door down the backstretch.
A little bit of contact there between the 29 and Bacalon as they were into turns 1 and 2.
Onto the lead, 3 laps to go, and Grayson is there. Bacalon, Catone's teammate, is taking that 3rd spot away, but here goes Grayson for the lead. The 12 car, they're side by side into turn number 3 with 3 laps to go. Grayson's been able to stick that car on the bottom. He'll clear the 48 of Catone for the lead with 2 laps to go.
Grayson still running about 3 to 4 tenths of a second faster than the 48 of Catone as they come around with coming to the white flag.
Grayson is pulling away. Ben Eastman's gotten around Bacalon And the white flag will wave. Final lap. Presented by Mission Critical Solutions. Some lap traffic here that Grayson has to get around. Has a car length or two over the 48C of Mark Catone. Catone led the majority of the race. But Jake Grayson, with a pass with 2 laps to go, will drive that 12 machine to the checkered flag. Your winner, Jake Grayson, in the Crown Vic Northeast Series.